At about 5:30 in the morning, he enters his girlfriend's apartment down in Owings Mill, Maryland, with a key he's not supposed to have. They have known each other for about a year, and they had since broken up. She is confronted by his ex-girlfriend, and an argument ensues. That ex-girlfriend calls her mother on her phone, and the mother overhears part of the argument. The phone is then hung up, at about 5:50, calls come into 911 of shots fired at that location, of a single shot fired. At about 6:05 in the morning, he calls the mother on her phone, the girlfriend's mother on the phone, and he says he shot her by accident and that he hopes she lives. He then, at 6:35 hours, Baltimore County Police Department begins monitoring his movements, and they have him tracked going northbound on I-95. During this time, he calls his ex-girlfriend's mother several times and goes through, makes certain statements that we're able to find out where he's going. At about 1:30 in the afternoon to 2 o'clock, Baltimore County PD reaches out to the NYPD, and we start putting things in motion. They fax us a copy of events on this individual, and we start going through the notifications process. Contemporaneous to that is when he commits the homicide of the two officers. We have found on one of our videos 2 males who spoke with the perpetrator just prior to the event. He begins the conversation with them. They start speaking, and he asked them 3 things. He asked them for their gang affiliation. He asked them to follow him on Instagram, and then he says, "Watch what I'm going to do." He then walks northbound on Tompkins, past the 2 officers in the car, circles back around, goes across the street, and comes up behind the officers. We're trying to get his movements, and we can get most of his movements, but we have a gap from about 12:07 in the afternoon to the time of occurrence, which is 14:47 military time. It's about 2 hours and 40 minutes that we haven't accounted for yet. And that's going to be some video collection and appeal to the public if anybody's seen this individual.